Today we're going to read the book Apples, Apples, Apples by Nancy Elizabeth Wallace. One blue sky day in early autumn, Dad asked, "Who wants to go apple picking?" "Me, me," shouted Mina. "Me, me," shouted Pip. "Me too," said Mom. "Let's go." They walked down the road to Long Hill Orchard. "Glad to see you," said Mr. Miller. "Here are some bags to put your apples in. What kind do you want to pick?" So if you guys went apple picking, what kind of apples would you pick? "I want apples for pie," said Dad. "I need apples for crafts," said Mom. "Yep," yelled Pip. "I'm going to pick apples for my snack at school." Mina whispered, "I want apples for a surprise." What kind of surprise do you think Mina's going to do with her apples? "Come look at this chart," said Mr. Miller. "It shows the different kinds of apples we grow in our orchard." The different apples that Long Hill Orchard has are Red Delicious, Golden Delicious, Macintosh, Granny Smith, and Rome Beauty. Which one's your favorite apple? "I can't wait to see the apple trees," said Mina. "Climb aboard," said Mr. Miller. They all climbed onto the farm wagon. Mr. Miller started up the tractor. "Hold on," he said. "It's a bumpy, bumpy ride." The sky was blue. The air smelled crisp and clean. It was a great day for picking apples. When they got to the orchard, there were apples everywhere. Pip tugged on an apple, the limb shook, and lots of apples fell to the ground. Has that ever happened to anyone? When you go to reach for an apple and they all fly off the tree? It's not that fun. "Try lifting and twisting the apple," said Mina. "Then pull on it gently," and I read that in my apple book. "Look, Mina," said Pip. "Lift, twist, pluck. I can do it. Lift, twist, pluck." They all picked and picked and picked. Mr. Miller used a special tool for picking the apples that were hard to reach. That's this little tool right here. Kind of has little claws on the end that grab the apple. He let Mina and Pip have a turn. Have any of you ever used that kind of tool before while apple picking? It's very helpful. Then Mr. Miller picked up an apple from the ground. He cut it in half. "It looks like a star inside," said Pip. Mina said, "I think it looks like a flower." "It looks like both star and flower," said Mr. Miller. "See right here and right there? That's the inside of an apple, and it looks both like a star and a flower." In fact, apples are a member of a flower family. Did any of you know that? I didn't know that, but that's a fun fact. They counted the seeds. "There may be as many as 10 seeds in an apple," said Mr. Miller. "How many seeds do you see?" "How many seeds do you guys see right in here?" "5, said Mina. Mr. Miller cut another apple in half, but a different way. "Look at all the parts an apple has," he said. "You can see Does anyone know what this part up here is? It's the brown part. Stem. It's called the stem. And the outside, the part that's like red or green, that's called the skin. The inside that's white that you eat where it's nice and juicy, that's called the core. Where all your seeds are located. And then the flesh right here, that's what's really yummy. "Did you know that seeds are also called pips?" asked Mr. Miller. Mina pointed at Pip. They both giggled. "Mr. Miller, do you grow trees from seeds?" Mina asked. "Well, apple trees can be grown from seeds." He took pictures from his pocket to show them. These pictures are all the different stages. So it starts out as a seed, then it moves to and grows to a root, and it has a bud, and then the roots grow and the bud gets bigger. Or they can be grown the way we grow them at Long Orchard Hill. We graft a branch with buds on a rootstock. He showed them more pictures. So these pictures are the ones that orchard grows their apples from, where the branch starts with buds, then the rootstock gets more buds, and then they graft the branch, and then apples grow. Mina and Pip looked at the shiny seeds. "I'll be Johnny Appleseed," said Mina. "I read about him. He planted lots and lots of seeds across America. Have any of you ever heard of Johnny Appleseed? It's a pretty good book." They grew into apple orchards everywhere. "Look, Mina, I'm Johnny Applepip." When their bags were filled to the top, they rode back down the hill. "Hold on," said Mom. "Whoa," Mina laughed. "Hold on to your apples." Mr. Miller weighed the bags of fruit so that he would know how much to charge them. "Apple picking is fun," said Mina. "So is apple eating," said Dad. "Apple eating is probably the best part." When they got home, they had an apple snack. What's any of your favorite apple snacks? There's apple cider, apple sauce, just an apple in general. Mina looked through her book. "Here it is," she said. "Here's a surprise recipe I want us all to try." So has anyone figured out what they think her surprise is yet? "Time to make Mina's surprise recipe," said Dad. Pip washed the apples. Mina and Mom used a special tool to peel them. Dad sliced and diced them. First you had to wash 6 apples, then peel the apples. Ask an adult to dice the apples and put them into a pot. Then add 2 tablespoons of maple syrup to make it sugary. Add a 1/4 cup of apple cider to make it sweet. And then ask an adult to bring all of that to a boil in a pan. Shake some cinnamon in it, reduce the heat, and then cook it until it's soft. And that should take about 20 minutes. They put the apples, the maple syrup, the cider, the cinnamon into a big blue pot. Then Mom put it on top of the stove to simmer. That sounds really delicious, doesn't it? When it was ready, Mina spooned it into bowls. "Who wants some?" she asked. Me, said Pip. "Me," said Mom. "Me too," said Dad. They all said, "Yum! Applesauce!" Did any of you have that as an idea of a secret recipe? Mina read more and more and more about apples. She learned how to make apple prints. Have any of you made an apple print before? This shows the directions and the steps of how to do it. So you just get an apple and you cut it, you take the seeds out, and then you can dip it in paint and make it into a stamp and stamp it on the paper. And there's also different sayings that go with apples, like an apple a day keeps the doctor away, because those are really healthy for you. And there's an apple song that Mina liked from the book also. So, does anyone know the difference between this book and another book that doesn't have as many facts and stuff in it? Because this is here to teach you about apples, when there's other stories that are similar to it that are just stories about people and apples. So this book is very informative about the different types of apples and what you can do with them. So it's a very good book to have.